Hey guys, I'm out here on a windy day. My goodness, really windy. I apologize for that, but it's kind of a cool day in a way. It's about 70, 72, but it's windy day, which is for me kind of perfect to clean the wheels on this 62 Impala. They've been needing cleaning I haven't cleaned them probably in 3 years, something like that. They needed cleaning, and I'm still working on it, but I was just going to show you what I am using. And every time I go to, or I used to do a lot more things than I do now. One of them being going to car shows, but I'm using this stuff called Smithbrite. I've tried a lot of products, and I'm not getting paid, by the way, or there's not anything going on between Smithbrite and myself. This is a aluminum polish. This is the less aggressive Great Shine, but on these wheels I'm using the most aggressive. There's a difference. Red is less aggressive. Black and red, with just the difference in the colors, is most aggressive. This is what I'm using, and what I'm doing is I got me a terry cloth rag. And first I want to show you these wheels. Now I'm hoping you can see this, but there are stains. I call them stains. Maybe just places where the water has. This car doesn't sit outside, but I did wash it the other day, and I thought I had cleaned it pretty good. But my point is, they're dull. They get dull just from sitting in the garage. They still get dull. I've done this part over here. As I said, the wind's blowing. I've done this here, and this has got a really good shine to it. I might go over it again real quick one more time. But I'm just doing all this by hand. I don't have no fancy equipment, you know, like those. I'd like to get one of those power balls. I think that's what you call them, power balls that you put on the end of a drill. Try that, but as of now, I'm just using my hand, and I'm using the very finest steel wool. I mean 0.000, and I'm just barely rubbing it. But hang on, let me get some on the rag and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay guys, I've got a little bit on this rag, and I'm just rubbing it on. It's already taken off. See, I had washed this car just the other day. I couldn't get the spots off, but already the spots are coming off. I really like this stuff. I have tried others. Sorry for the motorcycles. It's a pretty day and people are getting out, whether they're supposed to or not. It don't bother me none. We all good. I think we need to enjoy this beautiful sunshine anyway, so that's just my take on it. Anyway, getting back to this, I'm just scrubbing this by hand best that I can. I'm just doing like half the wheel, and I'm leaving a spot on here to show me where I have stopped. So that's what I'm doing. I'm really, boy, I've neglected these wheels too long. I've neglected the whole car too long. But it's hard to do anything when you're trying to keep a house up and you have weather to contend with and family and friends. Just trying to keep everything going, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. You know, you got, I'll just tell you, okay, you got family members, and then you got birthdays. You got, you know, you've got some of your friends, like just what happened to me last week. One of my very, very good friends, his wife passed away. So you got things like that. Typical life is what I'm talking about, and it's kind of hard to get out here and do some of this stuff. Hang on just 1 minute. Okay guys, I put just a barely little bit. It goes a long way. I'm just barely going over this. I've done this several times on these old wheels here. These wheels are I've had these wheels for a long time. They've been on this car for years. And I would like to get me some beefier tires in the back sometime soon, whenever the missus says we can, which that's not really going to happen. But anyway, just going over it real easy, nothing. I'm not bearing down. I'm just cutting some of the grime and stuff like that off. I really like this Smithbrite. It's good. It's a very good product. And you know what's sad is I don't even know if they make it anymore. I hope they do. But I've always bought a bottle every time I go to the car show or something, you know, like in Pigeon Forge or someplace, you know, just places like that, you know, you might go in, they might be set up. That's how I bought this stuff. I'm sure you probably could find it on the internet, but I bought so many bottles of it, I'm pretty much stocked up. But this is what I use. Anyway, it's not hard to put on. It's very easy. It's kind of like a little bit like toothpaste in color, white. Okay, let's see what this looks like. I'll just kind of use this rag. Let me get this out of the way. Kind of use this here. Get to where you can kind of see yourself in here pretty good. And as I said, I could probably stand to go over them again, but this is actually pretty good. I'm just trying to enjoy this sunshine. I've been kind of dreading doing this, not because it's hard, just because it's just hard on my knees. Got bad knees. So, but as I said, to keep from boring you so much, I'm going to do half the wheel on all four wheels, half of them. Then I'll move the car up a little bit and do the other part, the other half, and it's not so hard. It don't take long. It's just, on an old man like me, it's just kind of hard to get on your knees and stay there for a few minutes. Old age has crept up on me all of a sudden. Anyway, that's not a good. These tires are, I've had somebody ask me this before. See if I can find it. 245/40 ZR17s. I didn't finish wiping it, but don't it look so much better? And the ones on the back are 275/35 ZR18s. So that's what I got on the back. But the next time I buy some tires, I'd like to get some maybe a little bit beefier tire on the back. But there's nothing wrong with these. As I said, this car sits in the garage, and but I'm gonna start getting it out more. I have one of my friends that, he doesn't know this yet, but I have a friend at Athens Collision Center. I know I've took that truck over there before. You've seen some videos of it. I'm going to see, I'm hoping that he can maybe kind of blend in some of these primer spots. There's nothing wrong with the car, believe me. Blend in this with the white. This car's been painted since 1985. Somewhere's right in there, give or take a year. Might have been 84, could have been 86, don't know, can't remember. But just blend in a few of these spots and just make it all white again. It doesn't have to be perfect. This car is not a show car. It's not Barrett Jackson quality. It's nothing like that. It's just what I call a daily driver. It's got a few, like on this bumper, it's got some skimp places and stuff. I was going to wax the whole car, but I think I'll let my buddy at Athens Collision Center look at it first before I put any wax on it, and see what he says before I go through all the motions of doing that. But this is just like I don't know why, but some of the stuff that's on here, like the scrapes there on the bumper, I kind of like that because, as I said, my uncle bought it new and my grandparents drove it. So I don't know. I'm just, you know, as I said, I was going to make this into a Supersport, and I could have very easily done it. I had every piece, but I just can't do it. Just keeping it an Impala as it was born. And but just some of the stuff just reminds me of my grandparents saving this car for me. If you've watched a video of that, or if you haven't, back up a few and you'll see it, had the story of how I got this car. But anyway, I'm trying to keep everything pretty much as my grandmother and grandfather had put it in the garage, other than some minor, what do you call it, I've changed a few things. I'm trying to use a big word and it doesn't come to me. But I've changed a few things that could easily be put back, like the wheels and stuff. Hasn't been lowered that much from when I first got it. But anyway, I had somebody ask me about the wheels. They're 17s on the front, 18s on the back. And they're used. I can't afford new. But I looked up and got these used. And anyway, I'm going to finish doing the rest of the wheels. You're seeing what I'm using and how I do it. And you know, if you like the old car, or if you have a 62, you know, I'll tell you this, I like all Chevys. I like all cars. But back in the day, you know, when I was growing up, back in the day, they changed the body styles every year. I couldn't hardly wait to see the next body style that would come out, like a 61. You know, the doors and everything like that are the same on a 61 as they are a 62. The dash is the same. Just minor little differences here and there on stuff. I mean, it's a different body style than a 61, but a lot of the parts, you know, interchange. And it was just, I was always anxious to see, you know, the next body style Chevrolet, like 63 and 64. A lot of similarities there. You know, their dashes are the same and stuff. And I guess back in the day, they were trying to save money too, you know, by using some of the same parts, maybe changing it up just a little bit here and there. But anyway, nowadays, you know, to me, everything pretty much looks the same. I can't really tell one from another. I've even seen, probably shouldn't say this, but I've even seen some Dodge trucks that I thought were Fords till I got right up on it. But you know, I just don't know my new cars. But when I was growing up, I could tell you every car, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Plymouth, Pontiac, whatever. I could tell you what it was. And but you know, you looked forward to the next body style, the next generation of Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Oldsmobile, whatever, to come out, because you didn't know what they was going to look like. And you know, some of them looked, I don't know, the ones that looked really, really good or timeless. And you know, there were some that were not so hot, but you know, they generally fix it the next year, whatever, if it didn't sell or whatever. So anyway, let me know what your Chevy you like the best. If you like 62s or 65, 66, 68, I like them all. I mean, there's nothing that I wouldn't cull any of them. I just like them all. So, you know, I'm not hard to please. So, you know me, if it runs, starts, and stops, well, I'm pretty happy with it. So, anyway, let me know what you think about. I'll try to, well, when I get done, I might make a video showing you what it looks like all done, but basically you see what it looks like. And there's probably better ways to clean the wheels, but this is the way I do it. I have done it this way for years. So, it takes me a while to do it, but when I get done, you know, it lasts a pretty good while. It has a good shine. And you know, and I was going to tell you something else too. On the video I have of differences between an Impala and an Impala Supersport, talking about 62s and stuff, I'm not saying that, you know, I have some people made comments, you know, well, why change it? Why do this, do that to it? Well, an Impala Supersport is worth a whole lot more than a regular Impala car. So let me get rid of this wasp before he thinks he can get out of here. There he goes. An Impala Supersport, even brand new, is worth a whole lot more than just a regular Impala like this car. And I was just trying to show people that maybe in the video, I'm trying to show you what to look for if you're thinking about buying a 62 Impala, what to look for that might have been changed. And I want to tell you this too. You know, people keep saying, you know, well, you can look on the VIN. Well, you know what? I've had some friends, and I'm not mentioning names, but people change VIN numbers. They change them. If you find one at a junkyard or something, I've had some friends that's bought Camaros and Chevelles that have, you know, back in the day, you know, when I grew up, there was Camaros sitting everywhere. There were Chevelles sitting everywhere. Nobody thought nothing about it. But back in the day, people would change the VINs. You know, if you had say like you had a Malibu, you could make it in a Chevelle Supersport. Just change the VINs, change a few little things on it, and hey, boom, you've got a 66 Chevelle Supersport or 64 Chevelle Supersport, or Malibu SS 65, whatever, or Camaro RSSS. You know, change the VINs, all that. I know all that. I'm just trying to show you without, like, the difference between an Impala and an Impala Supersport, what to look for, just eyeballing it, so you don't waste your time. I don't want to see anybody that's a novice, or maybe somebody that's just getting into the car hobby, and they maybe found a 62 Impala Supersport, not really sure what they're looking at, you know, and somebody standing there saying, yeah, it's got this. Well, maybe it does, but look a little closer, look a little deeper. You might find that it's been swapped over, or maybe there's some parts added on or missing. You know, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to argue with anybody. I'm not trying to do anything except maybe help somebody, because I've seen it happen several times, and it's not much fun. I know some of my friends I've had some friends that were really depressed because they bought something that they thought was something else, and in reality it was not. And then they find out and it's too late, and they spent thousands more, you know, on something that really is not the real deal. And that's very disheartening. So anyway, that's the reason I done that video. I hope you enjoyed it. And as I said, I'm not an expert on nothing. You do what you want to do. You know, that's what I do. Just do what you can with what you got and make the best of it. Anyway, I've talked long enough. I need to get back on cleaning wheels. That was my little station identification break for y'all and for me to get a little rest. I need to get back on my knees and get back at it. Hey, y'all have a great day. Please give me a big old thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment if you would. Let me know which Chevy you like the best, and we'll just kind of go from there. I appreciate you watching the video. Thanks a lot. And I'm on Instagram, Primered is Best, all one word, and Facebook, Primered is Best. Appreciate it. Please share my videos and tell your friends. Sure would be grateful. Y'all have a great day, and I'll catch you later. Y'all stay safe. See you later.